Book of Micah 7 verse 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
These women did too much. They let us know who they with. They with our enemy. Most of them. See, that's the thing. It ain't even like it's a little group. A lot of y'all think this is a small group on TikTok. So no, this is most of y'all.
This is truly awful and a trigger warning. We are learning that at least 165 female prisoners were raped and then burned to death. This video shows where and when this horrifying mass rape took place. You are looking at inmates fleeing from a prison in the Democratic Republic of Congo. More than 4,000 detainees made it out that day. But before their escape, some of the men carried out the mass rape of 165 women, then set the prison alight. Most of those victims died in the fire. That's according to the United Nations. Only around a dozen female inmates who had also been raped survived the blaze. Now, fighting has been taking place in Goma as a feared and dangerous rebel group called M23 battled government troops for control of the city, which is in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo. In a matter of days, the M23 rebels forcibly seized the city. Now, systematic sexual violence has plagued the Democratic Republic of Congo for decades. Now, with the conflict spiraling out of control, women and girls are yet again at risk.
All right, Shalom. As always, want to start off these videos by giving all glory, honor, and thanks to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, for this wisdom and knowledge. Call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash, as well as a double honors, a respectful double honors upon the apostles and elders of GMS, the many various camps of Great Millstone, whom I've learned this truth under. This being titled something to the sort of Days of Micah 7:10, or a precursor to Micah 7:10. I'm the brother Allah Yahweh, Lord willing this be edifying. Let's bring that out again. Micah 7 verse 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. And mire meaning dirt, mud, shit in the streets. Okay, as the saying goes over here in America, she's for the streets. Well, a lot of these women done lived it up in the streets, oppressing they men, getting off, but they a lot of them finna die in the streets. And this right here, let's go to this real quick, back over here. This which took place, this prison break in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And we know our people, the Israelites, have been scattered across all four corners of the earth. So I'm not too sure on specifically the percentage, the history of the Democratic Republic of Congo, but that's mainly over there in Africa, the land of Ham. We're not Hamites, but you're going to have Israelites is there as well, in particular, Western Africa, Nigeria, Cameroon, all of those lands. But as you've seen, they had a prison break, and what's the first thing them men did? They hit up them women. They started intercepting the kitty cat, and then they lit the prison on fire. They ain't showed no mercy. So if men was in that spirit over there in the Congo, how much more you think they gonna be over here in the United States, where women have had more liberty than any woman in the history of earth, and they've walked around with more pride, haughtiness, and arrogancy than any woman that ever lived. It's gonna be a straight bloodbath out here when there's no more 911. The paramedics is slow to pull up. You don't got no cell service, and it's your apartment complex just got lit up on fire, and it's a gang of niggas just in the cut waiting to get at you. This is what is written in the scriptures. So it's, hey, we all got to repent, the men of Israel, the women of Israel. And this speaks on, let's get Second Ezra's, the 9th chapter, the uproars of the people. We seeing that happen over there and all over these countries. That's coming to hear the worst in Babylon the Great, America. Second Ezra 9 verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So the end of Esau, Edom, the wicked that the Bible speaks of, the so-called self-proclaimed WHITE man. He's really not white. He's red, pinkish to red in complexion. The days of him ruling the earth in wickedness and in wrath and bloodshed are coming to an end. But as well, the days of Eve, the days of these women and that strong and independent bullshit, finessing they men, putting them on child support, oppressing the hell out of them, taking the children away from the father. All these single mother ass homes, walking around with stretch pants and OnlyFans and all this whoredom and madness. The days of that shit is coming to an end too. Because under Esau, when Esau falls, Eve falls right with him. And Esau is the one that's sick, perverted, and crazy enough to empower these women above the men. This is Jeremiah 31 verse 22. And us as the Israelites being under these curses written on in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, we're suffering the worst of that. So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American men. We're suffering the worst discourse between the men and the women of our nation. And that's coming to an end. A lot of these women gonna get in order or they gonna die. This is Jeremiah 31 verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man, and the days of that is coming to an end. It speaks on that on Isaiah, the 10th chapter, on these unrighteous decrees Esau did to basically essentially oppress the man while funding single mother, fatherless homes. It also speaks on the order, the gender orders that it should be in Ephesians, the 5th chapter, 1 Timothy, the 2nd chapter, as well as 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, about how the man is above the woman and there's a order. We all got a boss. We all got order. The man, the father in the home, is the head of the woman, the head of the wife. Esau done flipped that upside down. It also speaks on that in the book of Isaiah 3 verse 12. That children, speaking on you Edomites, are their oppressors and women rule over them. Well, Esau's end is here. And these women is finna get a very harsh judgment in these last days. Let's jump down to Isaiah, the 32nd chapter, and we'll start at verse 7. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. And one of those wicked devices, the one of the main key components of them wicked devices is feminism. Look at the state of the United States since the 60s and the women's rights movement. Nothing but drugs, degenerate ass music, gangs, everything done, divorces, ain't nobody happy, suicides are up. This is all the fruits of feminism. Isaiah 32 verse 8, but the liberal deviseth liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. Once again, one of those main liberal components being feminism, setting up the woman to destroy the man, and therefore eventually, inevitably destroying the children, the daughters and sons, growing up in this wicked world without a father figure. Verse 9, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city. And these women, even women in prison can be at a state of ease. But what's going to happen when there's no security guards, when the lights go out and it's nothing but you and men? Everyone reverts back to factory setting. And once again, this took place in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Let me go back to this. Let's pull this up. All right, where this took place in the Congo, the scriptures speak, Isaiah 42, verse 22, that, basically us as Israelites are hid in prison houses. And this prison is much more intensified for the Israelite man. Everything is set up here to destroy us, including our own women, for the past 6 decades. So imagine what's finna happen to you women when there's no protection. And it's nothing. This is a clear visual right here on the screen of uproars in the streets. You're going to see this in America with martial law troops cruising through the streets, and ain't no 911, ain't no police, and niggas and all these men in general. A lot of these men is going to turn into it the damn clown in that days to get at you women, because men didn't forget. Lord willing, us men in this truth be protected in that day, because we going to be focusing on survival. And let's close off on this in the book of Jeremiah. Actually, there's a little more I got. This is going to be, we're going to jump back in the book of Isaiah. But this is verse 13. And I will punish, Isaiah 13, verse 11. And then we'll jump down to verse 15. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Verse 15. And every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So in verse 11, it's speaking on, I'll punish the wicked, which is you Edomites, for their iniquity, and cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And also uses that word haughtiness. We know the women of Eve, the women of our nation, are haughty. The daughters of Zion are haughty. And they've joined unto our enemy, Esau, Edom, the wicked. And they become just even more proud. They become the most prideful, arrogant women ever. So what's going to happen when Esau's system collapses and there is no protection? It says right here, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. And going back to that video in the Congo of that prison break, it wasn't no games. Men was, they was getting what they wanted off, and then women got judged out there. This is what's coming to all these cities in Babylon the Great America, where these women have been living at a state of whoredom and ease for the most part. Not all women, but the overwhelming majority. This is Jeremiah 4, verse 30 and 31. This mainly a parable speaking on the nation of Israel as a whole, but we can definitely relate this to the women of our nation within Israel. And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee. They will seek thy life. For I have heard a voice as a woman in travail, and the anguish of her that bringeth forth her first child. The voice of the daughter of Zion that bewaileth herself, that spreadeth her hand, saying, Woe is me now. Let's get that again. Woe is me now, for my soul is wearied because of murderers. And America got more guns than citizens. America is going to be a very scary place when everything collapses, which it's setting up to be. And that spirit of being strong and independent and college educated, and I don't need you niggas for nothing, we going to see in that day. It's going to be a lot of tumbleweaves in the street. Let's close off with this full video. I hope this was edifying. Shalom.
Okay, so I just seen a video of some type of influencer. I don't know if the shit true, but he's saying on some social site that black men are having discussions that if it's ever a civil war, that they need to eliminate these feminists, black women.
There's videos of black men in clubhouse groups having conversations saying if a civil war broke out, their first and biggest enemy is the black woman, because they believe white men will use black women to root out black men or find out where black men are hiding so they can find them and kill them. You have black men in groups having these conversations because they believe there's a pending war, Project 2025, everything. And for them up here, their biological mates, black women, if that time comes, black women are the enemy. If they see a black woman, take her out because she's with white men. Y'all don't understand how serious this is.
I take them out because they think that they will notify white men where they're located. And I sent this video, somebody sent me the video, I sent the video to a female, and she was shocked. I think it is a shock for women. But I ain't gonna lie, that kind of shocked me too, because I didn't even think, my mind didn't even go to that area. But when I saw the video and thought about it, I'm like, shit, they right. Like, nobody is giving, like, where's the outrage for these bitches talking about bullet bags and calling the KKs on us to make sure we don't exist? That shit is real. The gaslighting. So basically what I'm getting is motherfuckers think that black men life is just, like, we not supposed to care about our life. Like, it shouldn't be shocking that black men want to live and love their life. Like, our life is sacred, but it's not looked at like that. It's like people look at us like we just supposed to sacrifice ourselves. And it's like, for what? So now, because it makes sense to me. These women did too much. They let us know who they with. They with our enemy. Most of them. See, that's the thing. It ain't even like it's a little group. A lot of y'all think this is a small group on TikTok. No, this most of y'all.